You know, all dogs go to heaven, right? That's true. Because they're the best. They give us unconditional love, provide companionship. Some of them are even amazing workers.
Yeah, not our dogs. But today we're talking about those workers, service dogs. You know, PAWS With A Cause raises and trains dogs to do specific tasks for their owners. It is not a short or an easy process, and the organization needs some help. We've got Sydney. She's the communications manager at PAWS and is a volunteer puppy raiser and board vice chair. Ladies, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having us.
And you brought Jingle with you, right?
Jingles.
Jingles, very sweet. He is 4 months old today.
Yeah.
Let's start with what PAWS does. I mean, I gave a little bit of a snippet, but it's a lot of things.
Yeah, so we custom train service dogs for people with no mobility issues, seizure response dogs, hearing dogs, and then service dogs for children with autism. And then we also custom train facility dogs for schools, hospitals, and places like that.
So there's a big, wide net that these dogs go to. They're all over the place.
Yes.
How about the need? I mean, how much of this is happening? Is it growing?
It is. Just in the last 2 years, the number of application interest forms on our website has doubled. So the demand is huge for assistance dogs and facility dogs, and it's currently outpacing what we can serve. And so there are a lot of different ways that people can get involved and help us meet that need.
Yeah, and one of those ways is a volunteer puppy raiser. Anne can talk to this. What is it like to do this job?
It is, I say it's the best volunteer gig ever. So we get the puppies when they're about 8-9 weeks old. We keep them for about a year. We mostly just need to give them love, give them a home, teach them about meeting people, being appropriate around people, going to restaurants, going to like sporting events. So it is super fun. For me, it's also a great way to have a dog in my house. I'm not ready to commit to having a dog for the next 15 years or having to watch one pass. And so this is a great way. Yeah. We get to raise them, and then we send them off to college.
I love that. You just hit on something that I don't think a lot of people may have thought of, which is people will foster parents because, well, they don't have the time commitment, the 15 years. Yes. But there might be that emotional thing about you had a dog pass, and you just can't go through that again. So you know. But then on the flip side of that, how hard is it? I mean, the two things for the hardest part for you have got to be, no, you can't pet him right now. And two, I gotta say goodbye.
Yeah. Well, and again, that's the number one question people always ask me when I'm trying to convince people to do this. Yeah. But it really is like sending your kid to college because PAWS keeps you updated throughout the journey of the dog. And so they tell you where they go. You eventually learn what kind of job they're going to have and who they're serving. And if you're really lucky, the person contacts you. That makes it easier for me now that he's my 7th dog.
Wow.
He's offspring of my 5th dog that I raised, which is super awesome.
Full circle, right?
Yes. But I hear from the clients and I hear how they're changing their lives. And the day I turn a puppy in, they see it on Facebook, and I hear from them. They text me or they just send me a note and just say, I know it's a hard day, but you've changed my life. So makes all the difference.
I bet that gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Okay, and you're always looking for volunteer puppy raisers. There's other jobs available if you want to keep an adult dog too. You guys have those opportunities for people. How do people get involved? How do they learn more? How do they figure out that this is good for them?
Yeah, going to our website and submitting an interest form for foster puppy raising is a great start. You have the opportunity to talk with our team, get all your questions answered, and talk to someone who has raised a puppy before, like Anne here. And so it's a really cool, volunteer system that we have going on. But like you said, there are a ton of other ways to get involved. So definitely checking out our website for upcoming events, fundraisers, things like that, and yeah.
Well, we'll get some information on the screen. I'm sure we can. There's the phone number. Because somebody right now is like, give me the phone number.
And, I will say the other thing that's really cool about this raising is that we're all a family. The PAWS family is amazing. And so the other raisers, like I know someone who's going on vacation this weekend. And so I'm taking her puppy. And so you don't have to worry about, like if you're going away, they have some options where maybe you only want to raise a puppy for 6 months. Maybe you're a snowbird.
And all of
we
that's-
have options for all of that.
And that's all on the website, right?
Yes.
All those
Yep.
different questions, because
Yep.
there are lots of questions.
Yes.
PAWSwithACause.org. I'm considering it myself right now. Call that number, 616-877-7297 for more. We'll be right back.